A bit more of a serious one. Marcus 942. Do you feel like in the last 2 weeks you're getting back to the form you were in 2018?
Yeah, a little bit. I actually had an interesting conversation on radio with Brendan Goddard yesterday, and they asked a similar question, like, how have I been going? And I said, it's really frustrating because it's the first time in probably 3 years where I actually did all the pre-season. I come off what I thought was a reasonable year of footy last year and was hoping I could keep going and improve. And it just doesn't happen. It didn't happen early in the season, and it builds frustration. And I feel like I've tried every different option of training more, doing less, doing more weights, less weights, more craft, like trying different things each week, and nothing's really changed. And I asked Brendan, have you ever been through that? And he said after 2010, Mike Sheehan named him as the second best player in the comp. And he said I could have gone one or two ways. I could have rested on that or had a really big pre-season and gone again. And he said I had my best ever pre-season after that, and then for 6 weeks he couldn't get a touch. And he had the worst start to the season ever. And I said, well, what happened? And he said, I just stopped trying so hard. I stopped caring, and it came back. And he said, I almost just forgot about worrying about trying to play well. And as soon as he did that, the form came back. And I feel like the last couple of weeks I've just sort of focused on training well, but then not as stressed about everything else. And it started to come back. Like, I'm still not playing great, but it's at least better than where I was a few weeks ago. And I'm starting to feel a bit better about myself for that as well. But it was interesting to hear from him that going through the same thing at probably a bigger scale, because I said I wasn't the second best player in the comp, but I still expected more of myself than what I'd done so far. So it's so frustrating when you're not playing the way you want to and there's not really an excuse, and it just builds up on you and you get really down on yourself. But you can't really do much about it other than just keep playing, and it'll eventually turn.